Donald Trump prides himself on deal-making. He claims to have ended 8 wars, not 1, not 2, but 8 wars. His latest accolade is a ceasefire in Gaza. It is currently holding. Hostages and prisoners are being swapped, and Trump calls it the dawn of a new West Asia. But there is trouble looming. Donald Trump is threatening attacks on Hamas. Look at his Truth Social post first. This is what he says. If Hamas continues to kill people in Gaza, which was not the deal, we will have no choice but to go in and kill them. The message is blunt and very Trumpian. The US president says Hamas is killing people in Gaza, and that was not part of the deal, so he's asking them to stop. And if they don't stop, the US will kill them. That's what Trump has said. So a week ago, there was talk of peace, but now Trump is threatening US firepower. So what went wrong here? To understand that, you have to look inside Gaza. The bombs may have stopped, but Hamas has launched a violent crackdown. It is targeting local gangs and militias. Hamas accuses them of looting aid and even collaborating with Israel. Several horrific videos have emerged from the Gaza Strip. They show Hamas executing men in public squares. Gazans are terrified, but Hamas says it is just restoring order and that these gangs are a threat to Gaza's stability. Stamping them out is part of rebuilding Hamas control. And at first, Trump did not seem to mind any of it.
Also, they said they were going to disarm. And initially speaking, they needed, they did take out a couple of gangs that were very bad, very, very bad gangs, and they did take them out. And they killed a number of gang members. And that didn't bother me much, to be honest with you. That's okay.
He says it did not bother him much. And he won't use the US military to disarm Hamas.
To the rest of the world that at some point the US military may more directly engage?
We won't need the US military. We won't need it. Because we're very much involved in it. If we weren't involved, there wouldn't be peace.
But within 24 hours, Trump's position has changed. He now says the Hamas purge is not part of the peace deal.
If they continue keep killing innocents in Gaza, if that continues, the United States will go after them.
I issued a strong statement, that's right.
But they used to be gangs, and now you're saying innocents. What made you think they're innocents now?
Well, I'm looking at what's happening, and that wasn't the deal that was made, and we'll see what happens.
So what made the US president do a U-turn on Hamas? Well, part of it seems to be pressure from Israel, from Washington hawks, and from headlines painting Gaza's new order as a reign of terror. Trump realized that the narrative was slipping away from him. This was supposed to be his victory lap. Instead, there are videos of executions, and Hamas looks like it is running Gaza again. Hence the stark warning from Donald Trump. Meanwhile, Israel already accuses Hamas of violating the peace plan. They say Hamas failed to hand over all hostages, especially within the 72-hour window.
It's a tough situation. They brought back bodies today, as you probably know. But they also said they're going to behave. We're going to find out if they behave. If they behave, good. If they don't behave, we'll take care of it.
Which brings us to the big question. Will Hamas disarm? It is part of Trump's peace deal. It says Hamas should give up its weapons and leave the Strip. They must step away from governance. And this is not something that Hamas has agreed to. We asked the Egyptian foreign minister about this today, about Hamas disarming and giving up political ambitions. Listen to what he had to say.
This agreement was reached to be implemented. And the main guarantee for that is the involvement and the engagement of President Trump himself and the United States. This is the Trump peace plan, and everybody should, honor.
Do you think they will? Are you in touch with Israel and Hamas?
We hope so. We are in touch, and we are, President Sisi, when he received President Trump in Sharm el-Sheikh, he spoke about the American commitments, and President Trump, he said, I'm fully committed to follow up, to make sure of the implementation of first phase, and now to start the negotiation about the second phase. And we are expecting the two parties to honor their own commitments, because we have no other option. Ending the war should be sustainable, This is the only game in town, and we have to move forward with the implementation of the Trump plan.
Well, hope is not a strategy, plus power vacuums do not last, especially in West Asia. Hamas has been weakened by the war, but it hasn't been destroyed yet. And that reality puts Washington in an awkward spot. For aid and rebuilding to happen, someone needs to enforce order. And like it or not, that someone is still Hamas. Where does this leave Trump's new West Asia? The ceasefire still holds technically. The press releases still say progress. But Gaza streets tell another story. Hamas is still in charge, Israel is still suspicious, and Trump is still talking about going in. His so-called new West Asia was meant to be a blueprint for stability, but right now it looks more like a fragile truce held together by threats and uncertainty. And that is the paradox of Trump's deal-making. He promises peace, but he keeps the option of war on speed dial.
Want the facts?
The latest developments?
News that gets straight to the point.
Well, we've got all three just for you. This is Firstpost Live, a brand new show, your window into what really matters.
Don't miss it.